Hello and welcome to this video tutorial of Trackit. Today we're going to look at Trackit Barcode. So what I'm doing for this particular demonstration, I've got a split screen. As you can see, the lion's share of the screen is my Trackit application, as you can see there. And then in the top right corner, I have the split view and I've got my live camera where I'm going to give you a demonstration of the actual hardware. So hi there, as you can see, got a couple of devices here. Naturally, I've got a barcode scanner and I've got an iPhone as well. So just to give you that extra choice. Now, if you are looking to manage your estate and populate your inventory or asset management module, please give us a call on 0121 663 1763 or alternatively email sales@truenorthsm.com and then we can discuss your requirements. As you know, as I said, some people are using Trackit maybe in warehouse management, so they want to get an inventory of their particular items, and then they will use something like a barcode reader with maybe an extra long range beam, so they can actually scan further up. So if you've got 8-10 meters of racking, you don't really want to be sort of going that high, and you can just point and shoot. Or alternatively, if you are going around the office and you've got things like, I don't know, routers and switches or chairs and desks, then you may just prefer to use a smartphone and maybe use the iPhone in order to scan the assets. So I've got a fresh copy of Trackit installed here. Let me just close that out and go into the About Trackit. So Trackit now has changed the way it versions. If you remember previously, it used to be sort of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11.4, Service Pack 1, etc. Makes it a lot easier now. So it's actually using the year for versioning. So we've got Trackit 2019, and when that was released the first time in that year, it was release 1. Any further sort of releases or service packs, they just release 2, release 3, and so forth. So the latest version as we speak is 2019 release 3, so 20.19.3. Naturally, when the new version is going to be released very shortly, it will be 2020 release 1, so 20.20 release 1. So hopefully, as I say, very easy to follow. So this demonstration, as I say, is going to be a bit hands-on. I'm going to try and keep it live. And first of all, when it comes to the actual licensing, all the information is held in configuration. And if we go to product updates and then license updates, you will see here, this will have your license usage and configuration. And we've got something called barcode license. I've got a total of 3 here. I've got 2 in use, and that means I've got 1 available. So depending on how many licenses you have, determines how many devices you can install that on. You can obviously unregister devices and to free up that license and install it onto something else. So that's, as I say, it is a licensed product in the first instance. So what I'm going to do first of all is let me jump into the purchasing module. Oh, actually going into the configuration, sorry, the purchasing module. That's better. And I'm going to create a purchase order which will then populate my inventory. So in the top right corner, I do have my little button to add a ticket solution, but I'm going to add a purchase order. Unfortunately, you can't see that, but believe me, it's there. So first of all, let me just request it. I've got my purchase order numbers to automatically increment. Now, as I said, I've got very limited information in here. It is very blank, but just to make it a little bit more easier and a bit more friendly, I have added some locations and some departments and some vendors and a request from a technician in order to make this demonstration a little bit more easier to understand and follow. So first of all, I've created the purchase order, saved it off, and then I need to assign some items to this purchase order. So if I click on add, I've only got the one there, a comfy chair. Obviously, if we're working in an office, we do want a nice comfy chair. So I'm going to select that. That's my only one. As I said, it's no dummy data. Just wanted to keep it very simple and very clean for this demonstration. So we can see some product information there. And then on the right hand side we've got the order information, so you can see there they're £100, and I can order, well, put in a quantity. I'm only going to order one here, but obviously if I ordered 2 or 3 it will calculate that. If there's any discounts associated with that, you can put that in there and that will record the discount. Then click on save. So there we are, we've got the purchase order created and we've got some items for my purchase order. So now when we take delivery of this particular item, I can simply click on receive here, and that's going to open up a window, and I can then say how many I've received. Or alternatively, I can go into each line record and go into the item here and click on received here. And then, as I mentioned, if you ordered more than one, you can like batch order and you can batch receive. So maybe you've ordered 100 items and you've only received 20. You can click on 20, and obviously that will keep a count there. You've also got the option here as well to decide whether you want to create an asset in your asset management module or not. I'm going to for this particular one. So I'm going to receive this. That's been updated. It's been received. I've got my date received. I'll close that off. Then I'm going to jump into the asset management module. So first of all, you can see here I've got my comfy chair. So I'm going to jump into it, and then let me just rename it. I'm just going to call it chair space 1. Let's get rid of the comfy as well. And we can see it's got an asset type of furniture which has been brought in. And let me just, if I can just move my screen over so into view, you can see I've got all the purchase information that's been carried over from the PO. Okay, fantastic. Hasn't got any other information as yet, but let me just save that off. Well, first of all, let me just add some details. Let me put Joe in there, and let's assign the asset to sales, and Joe, let's put him based in London. Click OK and save that off. So now my inventory now finally has an asset in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the other part of the screen and I'm going to scan the asset. So let me just use the iPhone. Now, how do we get the device on? It's very simple. For the iPhone, you just simply go into your App Store and do a search for BMC space track-IT. And as you can see there, I've got all the BMC apps, but at the top, I've got that famous track it icon. And if I click into that particular app, I've got some information, and it's got some preview screens there as well, just to show you what it looks like. So not only does it do barcode scanning, but if you want Service Desk on the go, you can access your tickets. You can obviously create new tickets. So as I say, if you are going out and about in different locations or you're up and down the building, you can simply take your phone and you can add them on the fly or update tickets, etc. When you download the app, what you need to do then is when you run it for the first time, it's going to ask you what the URL is for your server, so you will punch that in. And then finally you get the log on screen there where you put in your login ID, your password, and if you're part of more than one team, then you can choose which team you go from. Okay, so let me just pull it off and go back into my main screen, and we can see now I've got Track It icon. Now I've already logged in to Track It, so you can see here I'm logged in as Tony Technician. Hopefully you can see that okay. But I'm going to go into my asset, and what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to create an asset. So I can go to the asset tag and I can either punch it in manually, or I can click on the little icon which then brings this screen. So you can see there it's got the camera in use, and I've got the little red line going up and down the screen that's trying to do the scan. So what I will do at this point is I'm just going to grab one of these barcodes and I'm going to run the scan on here. So hopefully that will pick that up. And if we look at the scan 05311 RM, and it has also picked it up on my assets. Now, if I just add an asset name, now I think we called it chair space 1, and it was furniture. Okay. Now at that point, I'm just going to add that, and I'm going to click on save. Now I've got a little alert that's popped up on my screen that has said there is also an asset within the inventory that already exists with that. Do I want to edit that one? So I'm going to click on yes. And then you can see at the top it's got edit the asset number there, and I've got the asset tag, and it's pulled in all that information from the asset. So we can see there the location of London. Oh, let me get that back into view. London, department sales, and the owner Joe user. And then if we go back into the Trackit screen, we can see here chair 1, Joe user, sales, London. So I can now actually go into here and I can change that if I want to. So if I'm moving it now, he's no longer in sales, Joe's moved over to marketing. And as you can see there, I've got marketing, I keep it in the same location. And then what I can also do is I can just click on save. And that's been updated successfully. Okay, so if I come out of that record, put the phone down, let's jump back into Trackit. If I do a quick refresh, we should see now that moves from sales and it's now gone into marketing. If I drill into the record, I can see that from that particular scan, it's now pulled in the asset tag, and it's also changed the department to marketing. Now if I bring that over, you can still see it's got all of that lovely information that's been carried over from the purchase order, so the PO number there and who maintains it. And as you can see here, I've got a vendor there, the chair company. I've got a company called Chairs R Us that maintain it. I can put in warranty date here and maintenance as well, and then I can have a business rule that runs that. So if it's, you know, lasts for 12 months, it can send me alert if I need to extend the warranty, or if I've, as I say, if I've got a contract that needs maintenance, I can send myself an alert that reminds me to renew. Okay, so that's my first example there. I'm going to jump into the Android now. Now this part is exciting for me because it means I can actually get to use the gun. Okay, so I'm going to put my iPhone to one side and I'm going to open this up. Now the first thing again is, how do we get the app onto there? So as I said, it is a dedicated app. You know, you don't have to go to you know, to a web browser. It is actually a physical app that you install on your iPhone or your Android. So again, if you are on an iPhone, you go into the App Store, and that will download the app for your iOS. And if it is an Android, then you go to the Play Store, type in again BMC, and you get all of those apps returned. If I click into there, it gives me all the information, rate the app, etc., and then you get the install. Obviously, I've installed that. That's why it's just giving me the option of uninstall or open. So let me just close that off. And now on my screen, I have the Trackit app. So if I click on the icon, so we'll go to there. So this time I'm logged in as a different technician. So that's where my second license is took up, from Becky Techie. And as you can see, I've got the different options there. If I want to search on a solution, or a help desk ticket, or log a new ticket, I've got all that kind of stuff that's accessible on my fingertips. I'm going to go into the assets, and now here I've got the same options as we saw on the iPhone. I've got the scan asset and I've got the create asset. So again, if I click on create assets, I've got the ability to create a brand new asset. So I can click on here, and then if I click the trigger, as you can see, I've got the option to fire away. So let me get my little tag again. nice and quickly shot into there. If I go into the asset name, let me just put the existing asset in again. So chair space 1, and then that was furniture. And again, if I try and save this, we'll see it's consistent regardless to what device I'm using. I'll get the alert to say it already exists. Do I want to discard it, or do I want to work from that? If I click on yes, you can see all of that information is coming. So there's Joe. Let's change it now. Let's put Gemma Jones as the owner. Let's change it back from marketing and let's put it to HR. Let's just change the location, give it New York. And what I can also do here, at the moment it hasn't got a serial number, so let me just punch that in there. Get this barcode and let's shoot that in. You can see nice and quickly added into there. Click on save, and as you can see, record has been updated. So again, I'm going to jump out of the device and go back into my record. Let's do a refresh, and again we can see the information has been updated on the screen. Now if I drill into that record, we'll see Gemma Jones is the owner. We can see it's in human resources, based in New York. I've got the serial number added on there as well, and obviously still the asset tag. And then if I move this over, it's all tied to my purchase order. Okay, so if I wanted to create a new asset, again, let me just go into the device, click on new device and go to asset tag. Move these ones, let's use this one. Shut the asset tag in there. It's the serial number. Any more assets? No, this will do. And we have another serial number there. Asset name, we'll call this furniture as well. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Asset name. So let's we've got a chair. Let's call this one desk space 1. Okay, asset type furniture, of course. And we'll put this in New York as well, in the HR department. And again, the owner, Gemma Jones. Click on save. Asset's been saved. There we go. Back into Trackit. And we can see now we've got chair 1. Double click into chair 1. Oh, excuse me. I've went off on a tangent. We weren't supposed to be looking into the chair. It was the desk. There you have it. We've got the information all about desk 1. We've got the asset tag. We've got the serial number. We've got the owner, the department, and the location. Now, just to conclude this, I'm going to jump back onto the iPhone. And we'll go to scan assets. And as you can see, it's done the scan and it's picked up the information already, the asset tag, the serial number, the desk, location, etc, etc. So let's just change the owner to Joe. Let's put Joe in the IT department for all his sins, and let's put him back in London, and we'll click on save. It updated. That's scan date there as well. And then go back into Track It. We'll refresh the screen and we can see Joe user IT London. Oh, it's in read-only mode because I've still got it open on the iPhone, but that's fine. It just shows that we can actually still see the assets. And there we have it. That's the barcode for Track It. If that is of interest to you, then as I say, please give us a call on 0121 663 1763, or alternatively, drop us an email at sales@truenorthsm.com and let's have a chat. Let's understand your requirements. As I said, it might be more advisable to use a barcode scanner as opposed to one of your smart devices, and we do partner with companies to provide that. So as I said, this is the TC20 Plus. It is available with a keypad, but if you have it with a keypad, it's not compatible with the trigger, or alternatively the touch screen that's compatible with the trigger. But we've got the bricks, the power bricks, we've got the cradles, etc. So I'd like to thank Zebra, who manufactured this for the demo kit, so I could bring this video tutorial to you. Once again, hope it's been useful, and catch you on the next video. Bye now.